Aloha everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel and our journey through my Hawaiian record collection, one record at a time. We're on the letter M, and I'm going to do one more video of records here before I take a little hiatus, going on a trip for about 3 weeks or so. So I won't be posting anything during that time or scheduling anything to go up during that time, because I don't know, when I go on these trips and go away, to me a vacation is kind of a time to really unplug, so I just don't do social media pretty much at all. But anyway, I'll talk a little bit about that if I have a chance later, but now let's pick up with some Hawaiian records, and today we start with a record that is simply called Mano, which is also the name of the artist. 1973 is the date on this one. Mano actually means shark. I don't know if there's any reason that he's called that or named that. And this is on First Break Records, which was known for giving people their first recording break. Really nice album. It says here the guy was singing at Buzz's Steak and Lobster House. And as a result, this recording, he is the only voice on the album. There's some overdubbing to give a group effect, but it is all Mano. And there's some very nice guitar playing on here from Sterling Kahalepuna as well. And now correct me if I'm wrong, please correct me, because I just don't know, but I am not aware that Mano did any other recording or went on with other groups, or I don't know anything about what became of Mano, and maybe it's just my ignorance that he was involved with other groups or whatever. I don't know, but this is the only recording by him that I am aware of or have ever had, and it's a really nice recording, and I wish there had been more.
He ali I o kalani ua kaulana, kia hikana na o ka pākitika, nana no I ulu pāna pae moku, ka pao mālalona, nana no I ulu pāna pae moku, ka pao mālalona, nana no I ulu pāna pae moku.
Mano, okay. Now we come up to a group, it's an easy listening artist. This is an interesting album. Let me say that first it's by an artist called Manuel or Manuel. Now that I realize that's not even on the cover, is it? It doesn't even have the artist's name. Is it on the back? Yeah. Manuel, his orchestra and chorus, with the very long title of Love Song from Mutiny on the Bounty and Other Songs of the Islands. Quite a mouthful. Seen from the film here, or a still. This is easy listening orchestra with songs of a Tahitian and exotic Hawaiian sort of theme. Kind of typical of, you know, orchestral arrangements with a chorus. This recording, though, notably for me, was the first time I came across a song called Love Song of Tahiti. I'd never heard it before. They have a choral version of it, and I really fell in love with this song. And since then, I have discovered maybe 3 or 4 other versions of it. One that's like amazing instrumental version from Japan, but not a song not often heard, and I think it was really a lovely song and should have been heard more. Now, what I learned recently about Manuel, because I was interested, I had seen other records from him, you might have in the easy listening genre, but they're usually called, well, I have one here I'll show you. It's easy listening. I guess I should really put it in Exotica because it's sort of an exotic record, but you usually see his the artist listed as Manuel and the Music of the Mountains. This one's the sun, the sea, and the sky. Yeah, I mean, it's orchestral, but it's this kind of exotic theme. I do love Hymn to the Sun. I love anybody's version of Hymn to the Sun. I don't know, I just kind of like that song. But anyway, what I learned, because I just randomly decided to look it up, is that Manuel's actually not a real person. Manuel was a made-up name of Jeff Love, who I had heard of, who was like a easy listening orchestra leader, had recorded albums and produced and stuff under his name, Jeff Love, but for whatever reason decided to record a whole bunch of sort of easy listening records with the artist name Manuel and his Music of the Mountains, and was quite successful with that name. But this is kind of a, you don't see this record very often from him. I see Manuel records coming up a lot, but this one I don't see very often. Yeah, it's an interesting one. But Jeff Love is actually Manuel. Another interesting record, this one from, I'm not sure, well, this album is from Argentina, but I believe the artist is Venezuelan from what I could find out. It is Marcel Arnalot, is his name, Marcel Arnalot, and his Sweet Hawaiian Strings, or something like that. Cartas Hawaianas, Sweet Hawaiians, and his Sweet Hawaiians, I don't know. Anyway, Volume 2, and there are some other volumes that I've discovered recently that I'm thinking about getting. Because I do like his style, it's very pretty. He plays not Hawaiian songs, pop songs of the day, in a Hawaiian style, and I have to say his rendition of Nights of White Satin, or Nights in White Satin, is really cool, really pretty, and I do love this like oversaturated cover leather. Out for some more stuff from him. The next group has several different names that they're known by, and I'm not going to talk about them a lot because they're really a gospel group and they really do Christian music. I may or may not have seen them when I was younger. In my mind, I think I saw them somewhere on the mainland. My family, when I was younger, used to go to some like Christian concerts and things, and I think I saw them, but I'm not sure. They're sometimes called the Hawaiians. But the album that I had first, that I really became familiar with them, they're just billed as Mark and Diane. They're Mark and Diane Yasuhara. They are from Hawaii. The album I have here, Forever Aloha, this is the first album I had from them that, and I had this album because it's actually a Hawaiian album. There are a couple of Christian songs, but it's Hawaiian wedding song, Waikapu, Hawaiian songs they're doing in orchestral Hawaiian arrangements, and they have beautiful voices. Yeah, that's why I have this album in the collection. It's really their only really Hawaiian specifically album. This is on Tempo Records, which was a Christian record label. And it's from 1975. So I really like this album. And by the way, I mean, this is neither here nor there, but it's really interesting. They're really short. Like, you wouldn't necessarily know from the pictures or whatever, but they are two extremely short people. I think he's like maybe 5 foot or something, 5'1", maybe. And then she's less than that. So, yeah. I mean, whatever, but it's just interesting. This is, and I'm not going to talk about these albums because the other couple albums I have from them, they're not Hawaiian. They're Christian albums with sort of Hawaiian arrangements. But yeah, these are just other things when I've gotten them for $1 or something. They do have a Christmas record I wouldn't mind getting. Yeah. Okay, I am going to stop there and just let you know that if you like this kind of music, check out Hawaiian Hi-Fi on Live 365, where I have music playing 24 hours, 7 days a week from my Hawaiian record collection, and also Hawaiian Leisure Hour on 8tracks.com, where I have curated playlists. And I will be on hiatus, going on a cruise trip / cruise first, which is why I'm wearing a little shirt that I don't know if you noticed, but it has paintings of Paul Gauguin on it. I'm going to Tahiti. It's kind of been a bucket list thing. I know it's like Hawaii, Tahiti, what's the difference? I know, I get it. But I'm just like an island crazy person. I love the Caribbean islands, Pacific Islands, Indian Ocean Islands. I want to go to all the tropical islands. So this is bucket list for me. I'm going to spend the first four full days in Papeete in a hotel downtown, not at the beach. I know I live in Waikiki. I know the beach hotels, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to stay like in a hotel right in the downtown area, and they have like food trucks kind of by the waterfront and stuff. So I don't know. I'm just going to stay there for like four days, and then I get on a cruise ship that's 14 nights on Holland America, or 14 days. Really, really looking forward to that, and I'm going to all kinds of places around the Tahitian Islands, Society Islands, the Marquesas, and Cook Islands, Tuamotu. In fact, let me just read my itinerary briefly. Just there's days at seas, but if we start in Papeete, go to Hivaoa, Marquesas, Nukuhiva, Marquesas, Rangiroa, and the Tuamotus, Huahine, Bora Bora, Rarotonga, the Cook Islands, Raiatea, Society Islands, Moorea, Society Islands, back to Papeete. So I don't really have an agenda. I just sort of like to hang out and relax and see beautiful things and wake up and whatever. So, but the only thing on my agenda in, where is it? Hivaoa, there is a Paul Gauguin museum. There used to be one on Tahiti. There isn't anymore, but there's one on Hivaoa, which I know they don't have his original work. It's like copies and stuff. But I love Gauguin. He's like my idol somehow. I know he was a scoundrel, but I love him. He's like an overeducated, sort of whining, laudanum addicted discontent, and I just kind of like it. Like left everything to go to the South Seas and just paint and have a bunch of, whatever, 15-year-old wives or something. But anyway, I just kind of admire him. It's true. So I want to see that. And then on several of the islands I've read, there's some morais, or like sort of old, like ancient temple areas that they've sort of cleared out and sort of reconstructed somewhat, and I'd like to see some of those. Otherwise, I don't really have an agenda, just to eat, drink, and be merry and relaxed and cruise around. So, and then I stay a couple nights in Papeete when I come back, because it was the way the flights work out. I'm taking Hawaiian Airlines, and they're the only airline here that flies directly Honolulu, Papeete. If you go anybody else, you have to go to the mainland, and it costs like $2,000 and something, and it's crazy. If you go Hawaiian back and forth direct, it's like $950. So, but they only go twice a week, so you have to go when they go. So I'm having these days in Papeete, which is fine, to just sort of hang out. And the last 2 nights when I'm in Papeete after the cruise, I'm going from a cruise to a hostel. It'll be really interesting, just for a couple nights, because it was like $20 a night, and it had really good reviews. And I'm like, I thought I might stay at the beach resort the last couple nights. I thought, well, let me go to the beach resort then. But that was like $750, which I could do, but I'm like, shoot, like for 2 nights? Why don't I just stay downtown in this hostel? It sounds fine. For $20 a night, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's where I will be, and I come back Halloween day. So don't expect to see anything from me on YouTube until November begins, okay? So everybody have a good rest of the month, and thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more, although not in the next few weeks, but you can catch up, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of October.